Foster care is not partisan. Foster care is not partisan. And anyone who would try to make this issue partisan, they are hurting our children. It's not a Democratic or Republican issue. This is a human rights issue. And so people always wondered, why? Why would you invite the supervisor from District 3 down into Southeast San Diego where African-American children and child welfare, and they're not placed with relatives, they're not placed with people that are competent to understand them. And I told people that it's because it's a nonpartisan issue. And with that being said, I'm thankful to the leadership of County Supervisor Christine Gaspar, who has been a tireless partner with us in this fight and in this struggle to ensure accountability happens within our child welfare system, and then even going so far as to appoint me to the San Diego County Child and Family Board. If anybody's wondering what the deal is that now that I'm there, I can rebel rouse and I can ensure that our children are heard. There's nothing that she gets or I get out of that situation other than the children that I was already advocating for in the first place. And I would rebel rouse that board whether I was on it or not. So it's good to be on it, and it's good to be a part of it, trying to create this change and necessary and needed change.
We must look beyond the walls of government and turn to the community and our partners to help us address these challenges. When I sat at the table last year and listened to members of the People's Alliance for Justice share their stories of hope and empowerment, I was inspired by Shane's fierce advocacy on behalf of foster youth and families, and I quickly asked him to serve as my appointee to the Child and Family Strengthening Advisory Board. As a former foster youth and national leader on civil rights, Reverend Harris offers an incredibly valuable perspective rooted in lived experience and cultural awareness. His unwavering commitment to improving outcomes for children of color involved in our child welfare system rises above political parties and news headlines. Through this new partnership, the People's Alliance for Justice and the county's Health and Human Services Agency will host several community events focused on engaging with families of color to empower more families to open their homes and hearts to become foster parents. This focused effort will strategically identify and partner with more therapists, family counselors, community and peer mentors, volunteers, and other service providers of color to strengthen and uplift our children and families involved in the child welfare system.
We announce a major step forward in creating a path to take and tackle the issue of disproportionality in our child welfare system. We need to get African American children and every other child back to their families. The goal of child welfare was never to keep children running in the cycle of instability, but it was always to rebuild stability for families who need a break or a temporary moment to get things on track. Child welfare, that commitment is still supposed to be there, and we need to rebuild families so child welfare can work itself out of work. That's what we hope to see.
What will this really mean for our kids in foster care? It means we're able to minimize the trauma that our kids in foster care experience. It means that we're able to have homes for our children that are culturally matched, so they can still foster their heritage and cultural connections with families that are experiencing similar things to what our youth are. It means that they'll have therapists who look like them and have had similar experiences, that they can build that trust and relearn how to live everyday life outside of the abuse and neglect that they've experienced. It means that we'll have more opportunities for kids to have mentors who are by their side, alongside them through their experience, and hopefully long after they're involved with our child welfare system.
And let me tell you something. We've been on this for 30 years. Shane comes in. This is why you need this young blood. This is why you need this young energy. Shane comes in and set a spark, and if what we've been trying to do in 30 years, Shane does in a year. So I just thank Shane Harris for his energy and his commitment. He's making a difference. We're behind him 100%, and we hope that everybody will get behind eliminating disproportionality in child welfare services. Thank you.